Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello,
How you do?
hello.
How you doing, Adrienne?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Hello, hello, hello to all of our audience here. We're so glad to be with you this evening for this very quick financial mastery pop-up.
Right. Hopefully, you were able to look at the one that we did last Friday because we're going to be coming in every Friday until the class actually starts. So, we want to give you guys some information that will help you out. And we're just so excited tonight and glad that you're taking a little bit of your time to be with us on a Friday night.
Yes, and we want you to mark it in your calendars. This is Friday Finance. Friday Finance, okay? And so we're not taking a whole lot of your time. It's really some quick nuggets that we want you to ingest. So go ahead and take it away, Adrienne.
All right. Okay. I'm ready to go. So normally you all on Fridays, sometimes you get paid every Friday, right? So this is a great day to talk about finances. And I do want to, last week we talked about the budget just a little bit, and I do want to go ahead and continue to hit on the budget. The budget is a very important piece of your financial planning. And when we talk about a budget, that's one thing that can keep you out of financial disaster. Okay. Sometimes I've talked to several people that they will get themselves totally out of debt, and then something hits, and all of a sudden they pull out the credit card and they're back in that cycle again. They may have paid off $10,000, $15,000 of debt, and something will hit, and then that cycle starts all over again. Next thing you know, in the next 9 months, they may be back up again. And that has a lot to do with not having a budget. So I'm just going to briefly just talk about a few of the things that's a good thing about a budget. A budget is not a bad word; it is a good thing. But one of the things that a budget will help you do is to track your income and expenses. Some of you all, if we were honest, probably don't know down to the penny or at least to the dollar how much money you have coming into your household. What if you have various sources of income and you know what your take home pay is, but what about the other things that's coming into your household? Do you know how much is coming in that you can, like if I were asking you right now how much you have coming in, you could tell me exactly how much you have coming in. And then a bigger challenge is we normally don't know how much we have going out of the household. And that's where the real challenge is. And if those two numbers don't match, there's a gap. There's going to either be a negative gap or a positive gap, but there is going to be a gap in those two numbers. And what you want is you want your income to be greater than your outflow. That way, that extra you have in your household, you can invest or do something with that. And that's what we're trying to get to, having that extra in the household. With the budget, you can also set financial goals. What if you want to retire early? What if you want to go on a trip? There's a lot of people going to Dubai these days, going to Israel. The COVID is down and the airways are opened up, so people want to go places. What if there's a car that you want to buy, a specific car that you want to buy and have it in your garage? What if there's a house that you want or a trip that you want to go on? These are all financial goals that you can set. And when you set these goals, you have to have a budget to do that, because you don't want to go on a trip to Dubai and get back home and your utilities are cut off. You don't want that to happen. So if you have a budget in place, that will help you with these types of things. Also, a budget helps you stay on track. You know, I have had a budget for years and years and years, and I can go back probably 10 years, pull out my spreadsheets and tell you exactly how much I was paying for my utilities back then. How much, if I had a car note, I was paying for my car back then. I have all that information available to me. And so I know exactly how much money I had coming in, how much I had going out, and how I either improved or declined over the years. So it helps keep you on track for saving up for that house, keep you on track for saving up for that car, keep you on track for saving up for, if you want to start a business, whatever it is you want to do. That's what a budget helps you to do. And finally, a budget helps you to make financial decisions, you all. If there is that expensive car that you want to buy, and it's nothing wrong, I have my eye on a car that I want to buy. There's nothing wrong with buying a nice car and driving a nice car. However, with that nice car, even if you can't afford to get it, comes other nice expenses with it. I mean, if you have an expensive car, more than likely you're gonna have to put the premium gas in those cars. More than likely, once the warranty is up and you're paying for repairs, it may be such that after, every year you may have to pay $3,000 or $4,000 to get the whole car, looked at in one little, in one little time frame. And so these are things that you have to keep in mind, because sometimes the more expensive things you buy, the bigger your house, the more maintenance it's going to cost to keep it up. And that's just a fact of life. So, but a budget will help you do that, because, needing your car maintenance is not an emergency. You know that that's going to happen. Even this year, I had to spend over $1,000 on tires for my vehicle. And it was not an emergency, because I knew the tires were wearing out. My mechanic told me, 6 months ahead of time, you got about 6 months left on these tires. Well, that's a maintenance thing. That's not an emergency. Now, if I would have driven down the road, had a flat, something unexpected, that's unexpected. But having to buy tires and maintenance and that type of thing, those are not emergencies. You can fit those into your budget. And that's what we want to help you with when we talk about the budget. So a budget is not a bad thing. It helps you keep your finances right in line where you need them. It helps you accomplish some of the goals that you want to accomplish over the years, or if you have an annual budget that you want to set to do things on, because some people want to take their family on vacations every year, which is great. If you want to plan on buying a house, anything that you want to do, you can do through a budget. There are numbers, and numbers work if you work the numbers. So those are the things that I wanted to bring up about the budget, just to let you know a budget is a good thing. And these are some of the things we're going to be teaching and going more in depth about when we have the 7 weeks of this training. So Darlyn, are you ready for your part?
I want to ask, are you going to have some tools or forms or things for them? Because, some people are overtaken, overwhelmed by budgets.
Right, right. Yeah, there is a budget for everyone, but it has to fit into your lifestyle. For me, I'm a very detailed person, and so I like spreadsheets, and I have my budget very detailed, every little section. You don't have to do that if that's not what you want to do. There are various budgets. There's percentages you can put on your income, a certain percentage for this, a certain percentage for this, a certain percentage for that. And we're going to teach all about there. There are apps that you can have on your phone that will help you with the budgeting. So it can be very easy, very seamless during the budget. You don't have to sit down. It takes me, once I get my budget laid out, which I lay it out in October for the next year, but it takes me probably about 15-20 minutes to fill in all the blanks so I'll know exactly where I am. And once you get that going, every month, and we all can afford 15 or 20 minutes a month to get our finances in order. We all have 15 or 20 minutes. If you tell me you can't afford 15 or 20 minutes a month, not a week, a month, you can cut out watching commercials and get your budget together. So it can be something very easy and very seamless. So yes, we are going to have forums. We're going to have apps that you can use, just various ways that will fit your individual situation.
That is so. I'm so glad to hear that, because I'm not that good with spreadsheets. I run away from administration. I'm not lying. I'm more creative, So we're glad to hear that. And I tend to do percentages. That's what I
Okay,
do.
good.
I try to keep it real simple. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. So you all know, those of you watching, Adrienne is going to be helping you in the mastermind course to be able to do the budget. And if you like me, you run from that. And I've learned that in my life, everything I run from, I need a partner for,
Right.
right? And even the scriptures tell us that a brother is raised up for our adversity. And this is something that the Lord spoke to me recently. He said many times, peace has a plan. Okay.
Yes,
So what Adrienne just talked about was, if you need peace in your finance, guess what? You need a plan.
that's
And
right.
that's what she's gonna help you. You're gonna bring peace by getting a plan. Not just thinking you're gonna pray and it's gonna just all work together. You're gonna have to get a budget. All
Yeah.
right, so just real quickly, I want to share just a little bit about some of the things that I'm going to be sharing as well with you. And I like to start with, and I'm going to be sharing some passive income strategies and things like that so you can have some more money to budget. But the main place where I start is mindset, because the truth of the matter is, if you know any of the statistics about basketball players, or more so NFL players and lottery winners that have won 10 million, 100 millions of dollars, is that after they get all that money, guess what? They lose it within 5 to 7 years. And you know why? Because money isn't the problem, mindset is the problem. So I want to just concentrate in just these few minutes of this one value mindset, this one mindset that you must have, and that most people get tricked upon in building wealth, because you are the cause of your wealth. Money is the effect. Okay? So don't look on anything on the outside about your wealth. You are the cause of your wealth. All right? Because, and it's easy to get how to's and information. We all know how to lose weight, you know, eat right and exercise. But do we do it? No. So it's not, so it's about the mindset. It's not just about having the information. And so we're going to really dig down on you understanding the mindsets that you need to have to be successful. So this is one of the main, I'm going to say secrets, one of the secrets or shiftings that you have to do in your mindset, and to stop uh, limiting yourself, is that you have to understand value. Somebody write this in the chat for me. Wealth is attracted to value.
Yes.
You're going to have to shift your mind to be more attractive, understanding, and taking the initiative to calculate and understand value, because a poverty mindset or mediocre mindset is attracted to price. So I'm going to say that again. The wealthy are attracted to value, but the non wealthy are attracted to price. Now, see, for many of you, this one thing will shift everything in your life, because if you decide everything about price, then you don't even consider value. If it costs too much, you don't even consider the fact that that cost. That's why many of the wealthy invest in hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, I did say hundreds of thousands of dollars to be trained by coaches. Why? Because they know that coach will bring their business to tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. And so they make that decision on value. If you're a person that every time you see the price tag of a class, of a course, of a job, of whatever, then you have a mindset that works against wealth. Because in order for you to set yourself up to make the right types of decisions, even to have a tremendous business, you have to know value.
Mhm.
And the difference between value and price is that value means I have an understanding of what something is worth. I've done my research. I understand the future. Remember, I said that peace has a plan? That means that I have taken this decision in the future and properly evaluated what it's going to be worth in the future and not just now. And see, if you don't have the skills to do that, then you're going to keep making choices by price. And you're going to be just like, you all ever seen those shows? Adrienne, I'm sure you've seen those shows where somebody uh, gave $1 million art piece away because they didn't know the value of it.
Right,
See,
exactly.
And see, some of you, that's what you're doing. You're giving away $1 million life because you don't know value. And so you'll choose a job because it pays you more, but you haven't even done the calculation that relocation is a higher cost of living. And so really at the end of the day, you just lost money because you just looked at the price because you didn't know the value and you didn't do the research or have the understanding and the knowledge and the strategy to take care of, to look at every point in that decision making process, because it's only when you develop that skill that you'll make right decisions.
Right.
So I'm gonna stop there because I could go on and on and on.
Well,
But you
that brings to mind, sometimes you all, we blame our bad decisions on generational curses. Sometimes we say, well, it's a generational curse in my family. No, it's not a generational curse. It's a bad decision. You made a wrong decision, and then it took you down a path that you should not have gone down. Some things, to we know right from wrong, but sometimes we don't do the right thing. And so there's a why, and then there's a why not. If we know to be healthy, we need to go to the gym and eat right, and we know that, but we
right,
don't do it. So the question is, why not? There is a point of resistance somewhere in there that we're not doing the things and that's what we need to find out. Why aren't we doing the things that we're supposed to do? And if you don't do it, I will say this: if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your children. There's somebody coming up behind you. There's somebody looking at you. I don't have any kids, but there's people watch me. I know they do, you know. And so I want to make the right financial decisions. It's a money thing. This is something that can be corrected pretty quickly. It really can, by making right choices. Now, all the debt and all that kind of stuff may not go away overnight. It's not going to do that. But if you start making the right choices, things will start turning around. So what she was saying is just so true about making the right decision and knowing the difference in value and a price. Because I'm one that if time is the one thing we can't get back, we can all agree
right,
on that. We're not going to get time back. But if somebody can give me a formula, or if I can take a course that will put me 3 or 4 years, 5, 6 years ahead of somebody else, give me the blueprint. I will pay for that because that's valuable to me. I can't get my time back, but I can give you the money to get the blueprint to put me ahead of the game, or at least get me in the game. So, but yeah, I really appreciate what you just said about the value part.
thank you, and we're gonna teach you all these types of things. So some of you bought a house because it was the cheapest house, but you didn't think, but one that might have cost a little bit more might have been in the best neighborhood. That 10 years down the road, it's gonna double its price. But the one that you bought, it's worth $5 more. $10 10 years later. See, these are the kinds of things that we're going to help you make those right decisions. But more than that, these mind shifting principles are going to help you in your whole life, because
Yes.
that right there, some of you, you've chosen where you live, what you drive, you've chosen your job. Some of you even chose your church because of price. What do you mean? I'm saying because it was too far and it cost you too much gas money to drive across town. And see, if you're making those kind of decisions with your life, I'm telling you, you're not living the best life because you don't understand value. Well, uh, Adrienne, I think it's the time for us to see if there's any questions.
Are there any questions, you all, from anything that we've talked about tonight? We want to be able to we want to add value to you tonight while we're preparing for the class. And from what you're getting tonight, it's going to be just 10,000 times that in the actual class. So do we have any questions? I see folks on and making comments. Are there any questions we can assist you with tonight? We're not going to hold you long if there are no questions, but we certainly want to address any questions that came up from last time if you were on, or tonight's discussion. Just let us know if we can help you in any way.
Yes, any questions out here? I know, we're just doing quick pop ups every single Friday, but if you take what we're giving you, You can even get started right now with what we said tonight. Be determined. Be determined to get a budget and to start switching your perspective on price. Any
Right.
questions? They said it was a great introduction. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't see any questions. One thing that we have discussed prior to the class is that we are interested in you and your family getting this information, and so I'm single, and so we're going to have a part of the class speaking to single folks. We're going to have a part of the class speaking to married people, and we're going to also have a part of the class for the kids, because one of the things that people say all the time is that the children do not learn this in schools, and they're not being taught this in schools. So we want to break it down on a level that they can understand too. So there's a lot in store for this class. It's a lot of thinking that went into this. This is not haphazard. We've been thinking about this, and we want to do the best we can to help you all and your families with this, because the whole family needs to be bought into to this, and we don't want to miss that wealth transfer. The wealth transfer is going on right now, you all, but we don't want to miss it. It's going to be going on all year, as a matter of fact, and we don't want you to miss it. We want to do all we can to help you with that. I don't see. Do you see any questions?
I don't see any questions. I saw comments, several comments, but no questions.
Okay.
Um, so listen, if you don't have any questions, we just want to encourage you to sign up. The link is in the comments. And we're going to be diving deep in the mindsets. And this may seem like real simple, but it's and everything we said it real quick. But these two things right here will change the trajectory of where you're going, setting a budget and changing your mind. And we want to help you, as Adrienne just said, and along with Dr. Lanise. And by the way, she's not here. We forgot to just acknowledge that she wasn't here, but she just had something else come up. So she'll be back with us on next week. All right. So we would want to encourage you to know the value of this course, that this $199 course will help you to save possibly thousands of dollars or even more, even tens of thousands of dollars, but also with the other information that you're going to gain about business, about uh, um,
Real estate.
houses, about planning for your future, that dream life that you need. Listen, that's so invaluable. The value, I don't even know, Adrienne, can you even put a value on what
I
they're
don't.
going to get?
I don't know if we can put a value on that, because it's just going to be so much information, and you will get. The thing is, you're not only being taught a class, but you're going to have the opportunity to ask questions. And there's a lot of classes that you take, the online classes. You take the class, and you don't get to ask the the people that's putting on the class, the teachers, the questions or anything like that. So we're going to pare it down to questions that you need answered. Ask what you need to ask, and we will answer those questions. It says, "What is the scheduled time for the course?" Do you have that?
Yes, let me
Okay.
put the banner up, Louise Fan. Bless you, Sister Fan. Um, Let me put that back up here again. Oh, I
Blocking.
need to. You know what? It that's the wrong one. Let me because I'm trying to remember the date too.
Hold on. Let me bring it up.
Here we go. I got it.
Okay.
It's on the screen now. January. I think those are Monday nights.
Yeah.
Are those Mondays
31st.
or Tuesdays? These are the dates, Sister Fan. Um, and I believe it is. Are those Mondays? It's either a
Those are
Monday or
Tuesday.
Tuesday night. Those are
Uh,
Tuesday.
yeah, those are Tuesdays.
Okay, Tuesday nights. Those are the dates. But the good, and I believe it 7 p.m. Eastern or
Yeah, I
8
think it's
p.m.
no, I think it's 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm trying to find it. Great question, but let's see here. If I can
Okay,
find
we're
it.
finding the time, but this is a good thing. Whatever, if it doesn't if it conflicts with your schedule, everything's going to be recorded
Right.
so you can watch it later. But the good thing about live is that you can ask your personal questions and we can talk to you one on one. But if you can't, you still get the information and it's going to help you, because this is the thing I wanted to say. As Adrienne was talking, I was thinking about also the fact that when she was talking about how we know what to do, we just don't do it. But studies show that most of the time our behavior goes up 80-90% when we have a partner or when somebody else is there or when we're being held accountable. See,
Right.
that's the power of mentoring, is that really mentors help us to do what we honestly what we know we should do, but we just don't do it. We can't do it and we need the help. And guess what, people? That's how the kingdom is wired. Because he says a brother is raised up for your adversity. In other words, you have to submit your problem to somebody else in order for you to overcome. That's actually scripture. And so that's what this is about. And because you understand, I hope, a glimpse of value, you'll understand that $199 course that can change the trajectory of your financial future and the generations behind you is going to be worth it, as opposed to you freely spend $2,000 on your vacation that's going to be over in
Right.
7 days.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's all about how you value. So if $199 price that can change your life and the life of your family is not worth it, but you think that a $2,000 vacation or a $2,000 purse or $2,000 hair is worth it, then hey, again,
Well,
it's
and the
all
thing,
about value.
right, and the thing is, once you get the information, you all, it's yours to keep. Nobody can ever take that away from you. It's you can follow it or not follow it, but it's yours to keep. And I'm one, just like the gyms are full. I go to the gym 5 times a week, but they're full right now because everybody made the New Year's resolution or whatever, and they're taking up all the machines. But in a couple of weeks, it's going to be back down to the folks that's been there on a regular basis. And I'm one that if you put me in a class, I'm going to get what I can out of that class, and then I'm going to act up on it. So if I have a gym membership, I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up 5 times a week. So I'm the kind that they don't bet on. They bet on the other people paying up their membership and then not coming back, and that's when they make all their money. The gyms usually in the first of the year is when they get all those contracts, and then they start making
Mhm.
the money. They can project out how much they're going to have coming in the rest of the year, because a little known fact, even though people don't go to the gym, they will not cancel their gym membership for some reason.
Yeah, I was guilty of that. I didn't go for years and paid for it.
Right, and you
I
pay
was so
for it.
guilty.
It's,
I'm
it's
so
like
guilty of that. Now I just walk every day. I just walk. But listen, our time is up. Linda Kilpatrick, thank you. You know what? I see your name all the time. I have a cousin named Linda Kilpatrick, and my mother's maiden name is Kilpatrick. So Kilpatricks are part of my family. So I don't know. We might be related. I don't know. But she said that the time is 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
okay.
So Louise, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. Okay? And it's well worth it. Listen, we enjoyed this time with you. We're hoping that you'll spend these 7 weeks with us so we can help you. And maybe next time, another time, later time, we'll tell you more about what God has done for us, the reason why we can sit here and we
Right.
can help you because we've done what we're telling you. We're not telling you things we haven't accomplished.
Right.
Okay? And so, anything else you got,
No, that's
Adrienne?
it. Thank you guys for coming out and spending a little time with us. We appreciate that. We appreciate all the comments, the encouragement. We appreciate whatever questions that you may have, and we're looking forward to working with you all in the class for sure.
Absolutely. All right, you all. I'll just put up the information. We'll put up the information so you all can see everything that the class entails. And we look forward to seeing you all next Friday.
Right.
And please like and share. And don't forget, go ahead and sign up. Do it now. Oh, we forgot one thing. When you sign up immediately, you can start looking for, we have a special bonus where you can find Most people find minimally $500 to $1,500 a month that they didn't know they had, or that they didn't understand how they could change some things around to put $500 to $1,500 back into their budget. Now, how much value is that? I said per month, not just one time. All right, that's the average that people find is at least $500 a month. So, is it worth it to pay $199 to find $500 a month? Come on, I understand you know the value of that alone is more than worth the price of this course. Okay, so listen, we're going to put the information up. We look forward to seeing you next week. Bye bye.